Hey, what is up everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to smash that subscribe button and join the fam. So welcome back to my third informative video, and the topic of this video will be what are the reasons for Avengers 4 having such high expectations from the audience. Now a bit info on the third Avengers film, which was titled Avengers The Infinity War. It was actually the 19th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and was the third Avengers film. It got released 6 years after the first Avengers film and was released 10 years after the first Marvel Cinematic Universe film, which was the Iron Man, and it was directed by Anthony and Joe Russo. And the fourth Avengers film is supposed to be the sequel to the Infinity War and is being directed by Anthony and Joe Russo as well, and it was filmed in the Pinewood Atlanta studio in Fayette County, Georgia, and was filmed back to back with the Infinity War, and the filming ended in the month of January 2018, and it is expected to be released on May 3rd 2019 in the US and in April 26th 2019 in the UK. The exact reason for the difference in the release date is unknown. So the reasons why there are such high expectations from the Avengers 4 film is: number 1, it will be sequel to the Avengers 3 Infinity War. Number 2, it will revolve about how the defeat of Thanos will happen. And number 3, the film is a character driven plot and it has had a lot of time invested in it. Number 4, the cause that Thanos fights for is legit and is unique, which no other villain has up till now. So the point of view of Thanos is incredible. Number 5, with all the internal clash going on with the Avengers, added up with the losses the Avengers have faced in the previous film, the outcome of the Avengers 4 film is supposed to be intriguing. Now looking into the points. The number 1, sequel to the Avengers 3 Infinity War film. The Avengers Infinity War set up a multiple box office records, and this is the main reason why I think that the Avengers 4 film will have a grander effect than the Infinity War, because the Avengers 3 Infinity War, these are the records it has set. First off, in the international market, it showed the highest opening weekend gross, which was $640.5 million. It was the fastest film to cross $1 billion, that was 11 days. It was the fastest to gross $1.5 billion. The time duration it took was 18 days. It was the highest grossing superhero movie, which amounted to a whopping amount of $2.046 billion, and it was the highest grossing film of the year 2018. The amount was $2.046 billion. It set these records in the international market. Now in the national markets of US and Canada, here is the list of all the records it has set. I can't believe it took so much time to just list all the records. It broke. Wow. So seeing the records that this Avengers film has set, this just gives an insight onto how great of a story the film had. And so this puts up a little bit pressure, not a little bit, an extreme amount of pressure on the Avengers 4 film and the expectation it is supposed to have. And many a times when such high expectations are thrown upon, the result turns out to be extremely bad, and I hope that this is not the case for Avengers 4, because I'm hyped up for the film to release. Number 2, about how the defeat of Thanos will happen. Now in the Avengers Infinity War, you've seen it, I know it, that's why you've come to watch my video. So in that we've seen how much strong Thanos is. First of all, his race is strong. He's a Titan, and I'm not talking about the Attack on Titan, but I'm talking about the Marvel Titan. And in that, the race is strong. He has such a giant build, along with strength. He was even able to beat up Hulk. So in terms of physical brute strength, Thanos was already stronger. And with that, he got the 6 Infinity Stones, and by getting that he became even more stronger, and if that wasn't enough, no one was able to stop him. So that technically made him the baddest of all baddest villains and the most strongest villain in the entire Marvel universe. Hela just looks like a baby compared to Thanos, and people used to say Hela was strong, but Thanos was even more stronger. And since the Avengers 3 and 4 is to be a two-part film, it is obvious that at the end of the story the heroes have to win. So it is obvious that the Avengers will be beating up and defeating Thanos, but how they will exactly pull it off, I have no idea. First of all, they have the internet clash going on among themselves, and second, they've lost many people among them, and this puts up even more disadvantage against Thanos. So the third point, this two-part film was a character-driven plot. Now, if you don't know exactly what a character-driven plot is, basically a story runs on two ways. Number one, it is driven based on the happenings in the story, and number two, the characters move the story. So to pull off a character-driven story, you need a lot of time. You need to build up characters. You have to make the characters memorable to the audience / readers, and then when the reader and the audience knows the characters, they get invested into the story, and when they get invested into story, the story becomes amazing. And this is what this film has done. This film was the collection of over 18 films and took a time span of more than 10 years to build. So with the amount of time, 10 years they've given to create each individual characters, to have a film on each individual characters and show the development of it. So basically the audience has been through with each of the Marvel characters, and he has seen them grow. He or she has seen the characters grow, and seeing them grow and be with them on their journey, and then seeing them get defeated by Thanos puts up a huge impact on the audience, and this is what made the Infinity War even more amazing. And then frankly, no one had expected Thanos would actually win. Even me, I hadn't believed it. I had always known somewhere in my heart that the Avengers would win. I had expected it. I had totally not seen it coming. And the number fourth is that the cause that Thanos fights for is legit, and the reason why he's fighting is unique, and no other villain in the entire film industry has ever fought for such a reason. He believes that what he is doing is correct, and if you think about it from an angle, you will know that he is thinking it correct. In a way, morally it is not correct, but logically it is the most logic solution. What he is doing is he is sacrificing the little so that the rest can have a nice time ahead of them. Now, you know that the population in the entire universe is increasing, and so when population increases, resources are less. So as a result, many of the people don't get the enough resources to survive, and the resources are monopolized by the ones who are more privileged, and this puts an imbalance, and this is against what the nature's law is. It is the survival of the fittest, but they are not the fittest in a way. And so what Thanos fights for is actually, he says that let the people be killed so that the rest who survive can live it more better than the ones they were doing it at that moment. And the base he's using to distinguish and discriminate against them is their luck. If they are lucky, they'll survive the snap and they will have a nice time ahead of them, and if they are unlucky, they'll die. That's the base. It all comes down to your luck, and this theme is unique, and no one has ever thought about this from such an angle. I don't exactly know how the idea came up, but this idea was insane and is amazing, and fighting for a reason which is morally not correct but logically is correct, that is makes the clash even more interesting. And seeing this cause being legit, this makes the story of the Avengers 3 even more amazing. And in the Avengers 4, expectations of whether they'll be able to solve this problem without having to have killed them would have been possible or not. We'll have to just wait and see it out. But frankly, I don't think that there is a solution without what Thanos had done. And the number 5 topic about why the Avengers 4 will be even more amazing is that, as we've seen in the Avengers 3 and in the Captain America 3 Civil War, we've seen the Avengers split up, and the main cause was Bucky, who died, making it all a useless fight. But the fight that happened split up the Avengers into two parties, the Tony Stark party and the Captain America's party. And I'll say this, that Captain America was correct in fighting for Bucky, because there was a great guy who once said, "Those who break rules are scum, and those who abandon friends are worse than scum." Now, if you follow my other videos and if you're a manga fan, you'll obviously know where this quote comes from. But those who don't know, this comes from the Naruto series, and this was a quote of Kakashi, a ninja. And this quote is something that decides, and this quote just shows that Tony Stark is worse than scum, because he abandoned his friend in front of the law, which is not exactly quite correct to be done. But in another way, when you think about it, it is correct to follow the law. And this clash is what makes things difficult and interesting to watch, but bad to suffer, but interesting to watch. Okay, mind that. And seeing this clash happen, and the Avengers being split up, and about how they will set their differences aside and team up to beat Thanos, that is an interesting part to see. And basically, the majority of Tony Stark's team got wiped out, the only survivor being his close friend, the major of the army. Only he survived, I think. And so basically the majority of Tony Stark's team got wiped out, and Captain America's team is remaining. So maybe Tony Stark will stick to his pride and not give in, and if this happens, they'll be wiped out, guaranteed for sure. And maybe it is possible that Thanos, in every fight and whenever he fought, he said, "My child, my child." So maybe he'll take pity and he will not beat them up, because that will go against his main thinking. Because so far we've never seen him kill someone outside of his plan. So far his plans was to get the Infinity Gauntlet and get the Infinity Stones, and he killed a lot of people for that, I accept. But he never killed a person outside of the goal, and the one who did not fit the purpose of the goal. So thinking on this, maybe there is a possibility that he won't kill the rest of the Avengers, and he will give them more time to come back and strike. Maybe it's possible, but highly I think it's not possible, because if he does that, Thanos will become a bloody idiot, because it's basically like giving salt to the enemy. The more you fight, the more of your weaknesses will be shown, and every person, and even if it's a Titan, he'll have a weakness. And when his weaknesses will be shown, they'll be able to overcome him. But highly I don't think that this will be possible, and he'll kill them off instantly, or maybe he'll forgive them 3 times and wipe them out. And so this is what will make the story and the Avengers 4 interesting and give it high expectations. That is all. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys liked it. And I can see that this video got extremely long, and it's the longest video I've ever done. So I hope you guys liked it, and if you do, please smash that like button and hit that subscribe button for more videos on similar topics. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys liked it. And if you did, be sure to check out my video which I've done about what benefits you'll have if you play PUBG. Be sure to check that out as well. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have an amazing day ahead of you. Until later, my viewers, adios.